Alright, sweet. So, in case you somehow didn't see the thumbnail, I am going to be doing Tarantula Slayer until I hit level 9. And essentially right now, that is me killing 125 of these guys. Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing. I am throwing. I am somehow throwing doing this. Okay. This is me. Wait. This is me. Okay. And this is a funny spider that dies in like 5 seconds, or at least it would if it wasn't designed to be an annoying bastard. And this is text that says the letters of V and S, for those of you who cannot read. Alright. Minecraft time. 125 is only because of this fun little raffle event. They have decided it would make complete sense to give you 50. Let me see if it shows over up here. No, it does not. They thought it'd be funny to give you plus 50% Slayer XP, which means I don't have to do 500 of these. Thankfully. We'll see, might have noticed, unlike last time, I do not have the perfect sky picture on. That's because, in my opinion, they completely ruined what the armor sets and some of the weapons look like. So instead, I am using, if I remember how to play video games, which apparently I don't. Lurking. There it is. I am using Prism, because it looks cool. I feel like this eggs phase was just put in there to make this boss last longer and to give it use for the mosquito bow, which they did turn into a short right? And I think they did that just for this. It makes sense at first, but oh, that's someone else's boss. I know, might as well. It makes sense at first, right? Why they did this. It feels fun for the first like 5 bosses, and then after that it feels horrible because you realize you have to do that another 300 times. I feel especially bad for Iron Man players because you are not getting a mosquito short though. I'm going to be honest, because look at this boss so I can show you crafting recipe of it. This thing, right? You're gonna get the spider short though, okay? This is pretty easy to craft. You get these with just like enough tier 4s to get you to level 7. This is gonna be easy to get, right? Yeah. And this is just a common Slayer drop that you get from the Slayer itself. But you're not getting the mosquito short though. Well, actually, maybe you will if you drop a digested mosquito. But I've gotten to almost level 9 and I haven't dropped a single one of these. What I found crazy is, while doing this, someone actually loot shared a digested mosquito off of me, which is insane. They just hit the boss twice before it died and they got a freaking digested mosquito, which is insane considering the drop chance of a... Oh, and this was on a tier 4 too, so the drop chance was 0.058%. Crazy. This is also 0.378, so getting 2 of these and 1 of that, and then 2 stacks of Tarantula Silk is just unreasonable for Iron Man players. Also, if you're not on Iron Man though, you should put the Duplex 1 enchant on this thing, because I think nowadays Duplex is really cheap. Yeah, Duplex 1 is just... Oh, it was 800k before, it dropped even more. Because then you shoot a second arrow. The thing is, these things take hits, so instead of having to right-click 3 times, you get to right-click 2 times. I'm hitting it with my gun. Oh my god. I was smacking this guy with my wand of atonement. That's... Beats, thank you. the other thing that you want to add is the piercing enchant to your bow. I mean, infinite quiver makes sense, it's a bow, you want to save arrows, but piercing is nice because the arrows can go through the egg, so if they're lined up, you can hit multiple at the same time. It helps out so much. It's not like you need these Slayer bows, right? Before I crafted it, I was just using my Juju, which I have maxed out for no reason. But yeah, you don't need the Slayer short bow for this boss. You don't really need the Spider short bow, but let's be honest, it's 700k for getting these things like twice as fast. It's really nice. You should get one. Is it useful outside of Spider Slayer? This guy, yes, actually, it is. I think 251 base damage. Okay, this guy is 310 base damage. This is how much strength? 176. So it actually might even out a little bit. Crit damage is 89. Well, I think the Juju is going to be a little bit better, especially because they've hit 3 mobs on impact. But that's Enderman Slayer 5 and more expensive. Actually, no, it's less expensive. It's less expensive. Never mind. This thing sucks. The nasty bite ability down here used to be good, and then they added a cooldown, so now this bow is entirely useless outside of killing spiders. So essentially, this bow is only useful if you're an Australian. Sucks for the Americans, sucks for basically everybody else. Funny thing is, last time I was streaming, I did not have this Hypixel. I actually dropped the handle the day after I was streaming. I got into a decent party, which instead of taking 8 minutes, took 6, took 4 actually. I got a personal best of 4 minutes and 41 seconds in that party. And I dropped the handle at 230 runs. At least 230 runs on this profile. If you count my other profiles where I never dropped a hand. I died? Okay. If you count my other profiles where I never dropped a handle because either RNG's meter didn't exist back then or I just simply got unlucky. It's 1,700 runs until I dropped the handle. I think now I have 352. So if this keeps going, I should drop a second handle by run 500. Although knowing my luck, I will simply drop nothing. Because this game hates me. I've been doing the Slayer for so long, and I have been getting nothing out of it. I dropped one of these, but that's because I filled out the RNG meter. Didn't drop one of these. Somehow someone loot shirted it off me, which was crazy. Dropped a few of these, which is really rare, but it's worthless. I dropped a bunch of these and a bunch of these, which are also really rare, but they're also really worthless. Which is amazing. You know, I also dropped a crap ton of these, but those are even more worthless than the more common one. How? Guess maybe more because more people can get them. Instead it drops more commonly. Was I looking at the... Yeah, tier 5. Yeah, because so this one needs to be Spider Slayer level 6, so this one can be just level 2. But the difference between Spider Slayer level 2 and level 6 is like 4 bosses. It's nothing. Right, that's a tier 5, so no magic damage. Oh, right, I died. Another thing that helps out a ton for these bosses is having your stats on attack speed. See, I have mine at 70. Oh, wait, yeah. I have an auto pet rule that when the boss spawn swaps this pet, I have a Tiger plushie, so I'm at 100 speed. This is really helpful for the eggs, because you see how fast my bow is shooting here? So I can just get through the eggs really, really fast. If I did not have it on attack speed and I just had it on damage, So if I went bloody and that, still somewhat fast, but it is nowhere near as fast. So yeah, having the attack speed is really nice. Melee, I think, is maxed out, capped at about 87 or 83. I think it's 87. And then after that, your melee attack speed doesn't matter. Because it's rounds, I think, how many frames it takes for you to attack the cooldown to the nearest integer. But for bows, it's different. There's no cap on bows, they're not rounded. So getting 100 attack speed actually makes it faster. It's really nice because I'm just blazing through that. Those eggs don't spawn in a horrible pattern. I can get them down faster. I shot 5,000 arrows at you, please. So yeah, having higher attack speed sacrifices some damage. I mean, okay, with attack speed I get about 829,000, 883,000, 52,000, 43. So about 830 to 890-ish. If I switch over to pure damage, I do get... What? There's no way. Okay, 993. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I was so confused. I have the Fabled Reforge on this guy, so it does randomize my damage a bit. But yeah, this makes sense. There we go. Okay, so from about 900 million to... I mean, 900 million. 900,000 to 1 million. Now, that is more single-hit damage, but as you're gonna see, my boss times are gonna be slower now. First off, the bow. Secondly, because I'm going to be dealing less hits per second to the boss, I'm going to be dealing less DPS to the boss. At least it should be slower. Why is this going so well? Why is this going so much faster? Why did that... Excuse me? Wait. Okay, yeah, 600... But ignore the fact that I'm upside down, by the way. But totally does not matter. I feel like that should not have gone as fast as it did. 1,320,000. Oh my god. I put this stuff into crit damage. Or no, not the chance. How much am I dealing? 760 billion. I'm dealing 900 just 1 mil. Okay. Oh my god. I was wrong. I was so wrong. At least for now. For this boss at least, I think because it dies so quickly. Yeah. About 22.3 seconds again. Whereas if I swap back to Itchy for that attacks, is it just because it gives so few stats compared to shit? I was on Bloody. Wait. I was on Bloody. I should be... Oh my god. Now how much do I do? Just, what? What? Excuse me. Okay, 730. I'm so confused. 717. Oh, right, wrong thing. Okay. 378. Really? Really? Okay, 1.1 mil. That makes more sense. Yeah. I was on the Bloody Reforge, which absolutely sucks compared to Shaded. At least it should suck compared to Shaded. I was really confused that I was doing so much damage, but HE sucks that much more compared to either of these. Just to the point that the attack speed buff you get from it is meaningless. I mean, when I'm shooting the bow to get rid of the eggs, it's a lot faster. Yeah, but I just in one hit and it's already in the eggs phase. And since I can left click with this bow and I have duplex, attack speed doesn't even really matter. Yeah, it just instantly goes to the next phase. For the eggs phase. So. I was overconfident in attack speed. I was putting too much into it, I think. Yeah, this is dying so much faster. It says 26 seconds. It is 26 seconds. Might. Hello? Hello? Okay. It's scared now. It's scared of me. Oh shit! This guy is flickier than I am. On. What they just dropped was the rarest drop from, well, the second rarest drop from this boss. I can't believe they dropped one of those. Yeah, and he's gone. He's just gonna go sell that right now. How many bosses has this guy done? Yeah, Spider Slayer 7. So I have done so much more than this guy. He's 100,000 out of 400,000 experience in Spider Slayer level 8, which is where I'm at right now. So I have 500,000 more boss experience than him. And well, I mean, compared to him, I'm broke now because this game hates me. This game hates me so much. 1,700 runs just to get one Necron's handle. Probably 3 million of these just to get one Primordial Eye. I still can't believe I saw him drop that. So like, I helped him, he dropped it, and now that stole my luck for the rest of the month. Yeah, I get a Fly Swatter. Amazing, amazing. Truly, truly amazing. I love this game. Thank you so much for giving me a 0.2% drop chance. Drop. That is worthless and meaningless in every way to me. Like this is 0.014%. It's 175 million coins, which is what you want. You put your RNG meter on this because it, like, per boss, that makes more money. Is this guy being cute? This guy's being cute, so I'll just kill it for him. I mean, if I were to somehow drop this, it would be amazing. But how is a 0.0002% drop chance worth less than, well, not worth less, just worth about the same. I think it's because this is useless and it's a die, and this is used to craft one of the most high demand pieces right now. Because yeah, this just makes Slayer so much faster. You kill the boss and it's a 10% chance to respawn the boss, so you don't have to like spend money and go around and kill a bunch of the same mob again. Oh, my boss just respawned. Okay. I hate it. It feels like my shots just sometimes aren't counted, and there's the lag. I love the lag. I don't even know. I don't know why the same sound for when you get a rare drop is the exact same sound as just killing your Slayer boss. You kill your Slayer boss and you're like hoping for a rare drop. So if you forget that the sound when it dies is the rare drop bonus, you're gonna get all excited when you drop nothing. I started doing this for profit, right? Which is why I invested in this. I spent about 200 mil on crafting this, and a good like 50 mil on crafting this guy. I actually crafted this guy. Wait, no, okay. I crafted my sword using this that I got from the RNG meter. Where's my boss? There it is. Yeah, oh, the lag is making me think I'm not shooting the bow. But yeah, I'm not making money. This was profitable, I guess, when the tier 5 came out. But now, not so much. I only made 34 million coins off of 200 of these. I have 112 more to go. Yeah, if I'm gonna be entirely honest, these guys aren't that fun. It really isn't. I can see why they made little eggs phase, right, where it goes through this. But it's just boring. It's really boring. It needs to be more of a dynamic boss fight, like how some of the other ones are. Right? Because you have Revenant Horrors. And yeah, tier 1 through 4 this is like the first layer you're gonna be doing. It's just a DPS check. It's just checking, can you kill it before it kills you? And this guy does the same thing, but sometimes explodes. Well, he always explodes, but then sometimes does a big explosion with light stuff. It instantly kills you. These guys die in 10 seconds. 10 million HP is nothing now when you can deal 2 million per hit. Especially if you're using, like, Warden Helmet and Halberd of the Shred. That used to be the Axe of the Shred. I still don't know why they renamed it to Halberd of the Shredded. And, I mean, there's Sven, tier 1 through 4, which is literally the most boring thing in this game. Except for mining and farming. It's just a wolf that you get it down to half health, and then it just stops moving, stops taking damage, spawns a bunch of small little puppies, and then it starts moving and taking damage again. So it's just another waiting phase where you just have to wait for it to finish its thing before you can deal damage. Where you're not even doing anything for the waiting phase. So it's actually worse than this guy spawning the eggs, because at least when it spawns the eggs, you have to do something. But this one, no, the pups do nothing. Unless you're like an early game player, you can just ignore them and kill the thing. With a tier 4, Voidling tier 4, which is my favorite part of this entire game. It is amazing. This is such a immersive boss fight, right? Or at least if you're not just hyper sweating this thing. Where is it? I can't see what the boss does unless... Okay, well, I'll just explain it, I guess. So, yeah, at 100%, 60%, and 33% HP, it has a hit shield where you just have to smack it 100 times. And that's why the weapons that you craft from these give you ferocity. Like, the Adam Split Katana gives you plus 400 ferocity. The armor set gives you plus 200. It's just to get through the hit phase. And then after that, it takes less ferocity. Makes sense, yeah. Yang Glyphs is like starting at 66% health. It throws down a beacon that you have to stand next to within 5 seconds or you instantly die. The Nuka Kubi Fixation, which is just a floating head that spawns that you have to stare at. Otherwise, you just take extra damage. Quite a bit of extra damage, actually. But nowadays, people just kill this boss before it can even get to spawn any. It's fun. There is a waiting phase where, like, once you get this guy down to, I think half between each hits phase, like halfway between. Not 50%, but like between 100% and 66%, and then between 66% and 33%. There's a little where the boss just goes and sits down for 5 seconds and just stays in this one spot. You can't hit it, it's invulnerable. Yeah, kind of boring, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. And there are lasers that you have to dodge, otherwise you take 25% of your health and it gets rid of your healing. And yeah, that kind of does feel a bit boring. But the thing is, that's more of a break with this boss, right? It's more of a break. You're being given time to just get your stuff together. Okay, you're being allowed a second of breathing. And the thing is, if you're going through optimal strats, using a Terminator to get through the hits phase quickly, I thought using a Terminator to get through the hits phase really quickly with explosive arrows and stuff, you don't even get time to break. You're just sitting there, you're standing, you're hitting it with a soul whip to regenerate mana, and then you're pre-firing your bow under it, so you get maybe like 10 oh my god, I can't speak. You're getting half a second of break where you can't, where you shouldn't, where you're not doing anything, and then after that it's just going back to killing the boss, which is really nice. This one just eggs where you have to shoot, where the boss does nothing but just sit there and you just completely ignore the boss, right? That's what sucks about this and the wolves. You just ignore the bosses until you, either with wolves you just wait for like a few seconds, or with these guys you shoot down the eggs. It feels like a distraction from the actual boss fight itself, and I really don't like that. More lag. What's funny is that at the start of this event, the Year 500 raffle, the servers were lagging so bad that you would just get kicked anytime you warped to an island, anytime you went anywhere. Sometimes you'd just be kicked for the hell of it. It was not fun. I was playing through it. I would like try and go do one of the tasks that they want you to do here. And you just can't. You warp to the rift to kill a scribe like it said. Okay, great. And you're kicked. And the thing is, it was lagging so bad that it wouldn't even let you back into the server after you were getting kicked. Normally, sometimes the game does kick you just randomly. I don't know why it still does that. I don't know why it does to begin with, but it does. And the thing is, you can normally go back into it a minute after getting kicked, so it's not too bad, right? But when the Year 500 raffle started, the servers were breaking down so bad because you were getting like 5 times the players that you normally do. That after getting kicked, you'd try to rejoin after a minute, and it would say trying to rejoin, and then it would just kick you while you were trying to join. So then you have to wait another minute. And this would just keep on going until there weren't that many players left in and you could finally get in. It was like this the 3rd day, which is the first time where it's not lagging like crazy. Because yesterday it was actually lagging pretty bad. I could barely get any of these. Where is my Vox? Did it go over here again? Yeah. Yeah, another thing. Why does it do that? Huh? This guy just jumps through this entire wall to put its eggs over here. I mean, like, what? I know they probably coded it to jump to a spot that fulfills a couple of requirements, but jumping from here through this entire wall to here in a way that makes it look like it's jumping up here is absolutely diabolical when sometimes it does jump up here. I've had it where, like, it jumps up here and then jumps back down there. So I run up here and I'm like, where's my boss? And it's actually down there again. I have no clue why it does that. It just does. It'd be nice if I dropped the time where you're alive. Please, game. Please. You know what? I'll take it. It's profit. It's profit. I made money. I made technically only 19 mil an hour counting this drop, and that's steadily dropping. Amazing. Yeah, I'm I'm just gonna put this up on auction. Oh, they're back up to 20 mil. Okay. 20k. I'm not putting this up for 20k. There it is. Yeah, there we go, there we go. That was a much better time. Yeah, I think what was going on is that using this to increase my attack speed so much was actually reducing my damage to the point where it was actually giving me less DPS. Which is surprising. Oh, this is tier 4 second because thing is the tier 4 stick magic damage and the Hypixel is useful against it. That guy is gonna spawn my boss. I'm gonna be careful. There we go. Okay, I don't know what's going on with these eggs or with my bow. Here's what's got me confused, right? The left click ability, because I have duplex, the left click ability, I'm gonna use it, shoots 2 arrows, right? I use the right click, regular shooting, shoots 2 arrows because I have duplex. And when I do right and left click, it should shoot, I think, 4 arrows? Does it shoot 4 arrows or 3? I don't know. It should shoot at least 3, probably 4 arrows. And those eggs have 9 HP. But this bow deals 3 times damage? Yeah, 3 times damage to these. So when I right and left click, it should just get rid of the eggs because they have 9 HP. 3 times 3, that's 9. But it doesn't. And the weird thing is, if I left click and right click separately, it does, right? If I were to just left click at one egg and then right click at it, yeah, gets rid of the egg. But at that rate, why don't I just not use the left click ability at all? I'm so confused. Is it like, am I doing it wrong? Is it because I'm jumping? I don't know what's going on. Shit, this should spawn my boss. Let's see. I'm gonna just stand still at one egg and left and right click. Okay, so now that I say it, oh, I think it's because I'm falling. It shoots the arrow from somewhere else, so it gets probably missing. Oh no, it's not working again. Amazing. Should I just like right click and then soon after left click instead of doing it at the same time? I think I'm gonna try with this boss. Or next boss. Wait, really want to put that? Oh yeah, these guys are damage. I forgot about that. I have one more bosses to go. I hope I can get back on this stream. I mean, I idled this stream hitting Adventure Slayer level 9, so... Oh, yep, that's the strat. That is the strat. Right click and then right click soon after. That was so much faster. Okay. Yep, there it is. Alright, I figured out how to do this now. Sweet. This is why, despite what many people say, you need a brain to play this game. Unless you're farming, I don't know, then you kind of don't need a brain. You just need fingers. How'd I spawn my boss and a mini boss at the same time? That's weird. Excuse me? Egg game? Egg? I am low on mana. Yeah, that feels weird too, but we'll take some time. Let's get used to it. Oh, sweet, someone bought it. Awesome. Let's see if any of my other stuff sold. I guess this did, but not the one that I want. Oh! Did I not have this unlocked on this profile? I did not have that unlocked on my profile. Okay, well, we'll take it. Yes, 19.8 seconds. I got a sub 20 time on the boss. That's good. But I'm yet that's ours. Both this one. Where? Oh my god, where is this one mine? Yeah, that one's mine. Not running as well as supposed to the other one. I might need to change the egg space into something else because it sucks. It sucks horribly. Yeah, but then they also need to give this guy more health because it dies so fast for what it is. I mean the tier actually no. Well, the tier 5 spider slayer. I feel like okay. Maybe instead of making it live longer, they should just make it not be so easy to live against. I died that one time, but that's just because I forgot to heal at all. I saw that they kind of tried to do that by having the boss reduce your vitality, which is like a healing multiplier, so you basically just don't get healing at all. And I think when they revamp healing in the next update, that'll be insane, because every healing ability, instead of having a mana cost, will have a vitality cost. Right, now that makes sense. Actually, now that I think about it, I think they're just doing that for the next update. Because once that comes out, it'll fix my gripe completely. It'll be a lot harder to heal against the boss. But it's still so easy to survive, even if you don't heal and you just play it mildly safe. I'm not even using Max Crimson for this. I'm using 10-star Burning. Which, yeah, that's actually pretty good. I think maybe I might just be overestimating what you need for this boss. Because it is the Spider Slayer tier 5. And you only need like 10-star Burning for the tier 4 Void Wounds. So, yeah, I mean, that literally makes sense. I guess. But it still feels off to me. How fast. It's like, I just smacked it once, and immediately it goes to this phase. Again. I just smacked it a few more times, and it immediately just goes to this phase again. Now, I am all for getting things done fast, but I feel like, okay, like with Void Blooms, you can get a sub 27 second boss if you have pretty maxed out setup, deal a ton of damage, and your strats are good and you're being consistent. But with this, I just smacked the dude twice with, like, something that, yeah, is better than you would expect at the stage of the game, but I am not doing that much. This guy needs more health. The tier 5 revenants need more health. They need more health and more common drops. Because if they just make the bosses take longer to kill, but the drops are more common, I feel like that'll get rid of a lot. Oh, eggs, please, can I shoot you? Thank you. get rid of a lot of the tedium with this stuff. Because it's just, you go spawn boss, kill it, spawn boss, kill it, spawn boss, kill it. If you actually had to try to kill the boss, then I guess, yeah, it wouldn't justify how rare some of these drops are. But I mean, like, at that point, just make the drops more common, so that, why does it say shuriken? And why is my mod bugging out? So that it's actually worth it to think about, to try during the boss, because you know you're at least have a pretty good chance of getting a red drop after you kill it. Honestly, yeah. I feel like I'm just gonna get the Spider Slayer level 9, and it's not even gonna be worth it, because well, yeah, I mean, it's worth it, because I'm getting Spider Slayer level 9, so I'm gonna perfect it again. But, why do they make a game thing that I will never have to touch again, when it's kind of later game-ish content? I'm getting sidetracked here. I think the point is just like that I'm getting the Spider Slayer level 9, and I still won't have the rarest drop. I have to put in effort to do this, where someone else can just do like a brainless money-making method and get the primordial so much faster than someone who has to grind out this stuff. Which, yeah, you only have to grind out if you're an Iron Man. That's the whole point of Iron Man, right? It's harder. But why is it that someone with, let's say, who has a hyper-maxed spider... Oh, combat 50. I forgot I wasn't combat 60 on this profile. No, I was combat 60, that was nice. Because I feel like someone who has hyper-maxed gear into a specific thing, right? Specifically killing spiders, or specifically killing the Enderman, that they should maybe get the extremely rare drops and be able to craft those things so much easier than someone that, you know, just has a okay mining setup or farming setup and just grinds for the coins to buy it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. G toggle, please, thank you. I don't like it. Well, that wasn't my boss. Yeah, it should still be harder for Iron Man players to obtain the item itself. But I feel like if you devote everything right into getting an item, it should be faster to devote all your stuff into grinding for the item than devoting all your stuff into grinding for the coins to just purchase the item from someone else. It should be easier to just get it yourself. I don't understand why it's so much harder. Why getting stuff like a... just makes no sense. I totally forgot about the strat where I press right click and then tap right click instead of holding right click. Or instead of pressing right click and right click at the same time. Terminator, this guy. This drop, Judgment Core, 122 mil. That is literally 5 hours of farming. But to drop it? That is a lot more than 5 hours of Void Glooms. A lot more. And is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, you sometimes get this guy, sometimes you get other things. But for something like this, oh my god, no. Someone in my guild actually dropped that yesterday, I think. Dropping it, no, there's absolutely no point in dropping items anymore. There really isn't. It's just grinding for the coins to purchase the item off somebody else. And that is what it... I just one-phased that. I just one face that guy's here for. That is crazy. Just get over here. Get over here. Thank you. Drop me something, please. Something good. Can I make money off of you, please? Please, game? Oh. What they even craft the primordial again? Those drop primordial. Asking worked at one time, so I'm just gonna ask every boss from now on if they can give me more. I'm just gonna ask it very nicely. You know, while murdering it horribly. Hey, can you give me a primordial eye, please? I would very much like one. Please, can you please? That's a fight rule. Still a rare drop, mind you. This, where is it? This guy is, if you would let me. There we go. So I have to go the manual way. This is still a 6% drop chance. I've dropped like thousands of those. Imagine if you could trade those kinds of rare drops that you get for like a bunch of them for one of the expensive ones. That would be crazy. And I'm not saying that they should do it. They should totally not do it. Because then I could just buy stuff like the Tarantula silks off the auction house and trade it for something more expensive. Although, if I'm gonna be entirely honest, I think that they should probably have a system like that for Iron Man players, since they can't buy anything anyways. They can't use that system. It'll make it at least a little bit more fair for them to get these rare drops. They won't have to grind 10 trillion hours just to progress to the next, like, small little sub-stage of the game. Oh, I love that sound of ferocity. What I don't love is the sound of lag. Oh, I am using the wrong button. I need one of those mice with like a keypad on the side of it for this game. You can just tap like the number instead of having to use the keyboard. Not really, I feel like it would completely suck to have one of those. But I mean, like, more as a joke. It'd be funny. Oh, there you are. You know, primordial discount. This game has so many little hints at there being some sort of social hierarchies in multiple different parts of the game. I know that spiders and other like insects kind of have like queens and stuff. I know spiders don't have that. That's just ants and like bees and wasps and stuff. Hornets. But yeah, I know spiders don't have it. So if there's a discount, though, that gives it another really rare drop that is completely worthless to me. Completely worthless to me. 0.1% chance. 0.4% chance. I've dropped these, I've dropped so many. And it is worthless. Worthless. Okay, because they give the discount here, and then you have the vampire slayer, which the whole thing is that it represents a oh, I don't even remember. It's the multiversal coven in combat or something like that. But then there's also like the enemies there and stuff. Why is there not a? Actually, wait, no, there is, I guess, a kingdom of dwarven mines, but that is literally the only one that you directly see. Where's the spider kingdom? Where can I go talk to the spider queen or king and tell them to stop making these damn blast things so annoying? I need to speak to the spider's manager. You have Crown of Avarice on Isle at level 405 Iron Man. Okay. I can say you have Crown of Avarice on Iron Man? That's crazy. Actually, wait. Do I have any eggs in here that I need to open? Amazing. Nothing. We'll grab you. Do I have you? Do I have you? I have. Oh, I did not realize about that. More bosses. Once I'm done with this, once I get to Spider Slayer level 9, there will be no point in using spiders anymore. So I am probably going to just sell all of the gear I got for this, and I mean all of it, and then probably just get the few remaining, like 100 mil, 200 mil that I need to buy a Terminator. And then I'm probably going to do kuudra or master mode. I used to do kuudra on my profile. I used to do some on this profile too, but just enough to get the requirements for burning using. I'll craft that into fiery once I get the reputation with. Yeah, see, even this guy is getting tripped up with, like, is the egg gone? Is it not gone? It's a joke. Hopefully this guy spawns my boss. Yep. Whoa, I was almost dead. Now you realize I was taking damage. Super thing I looked at my health. Go with this junk. Let's go. Okay, we have toxic airplanes, which is using kuudra. Why do people use this? Oh, that's why they use these against white blooms. Lets them deal more damage. I see. Okay, thank you. Please drop something good. Oh, can we get something good from you at least? Oh, you know what? I got a new boss and a new boss back. The plus 50% skill XP, not even just the Slayer XP, plus the amount of combat wisdom against spiders the sword gives, just makes spawning these guys really easy, because just one of the skeleton mini bosses gives you enough combat XP to spawn this boss. Which is really nice, makes it a lot more consistent. It's the one good thing about crafting this sword, because its damage increase compared to the scorpion foil was basically nothing. I got maybe 100k more damage, which sounds good, but this boss dies in under 30 seconds anyways. It really was not worth it. Like, see, that guy's dealing 1 million damage with a lower tier sword. He just has probably better gear. Let me check. Wait, okay, well, the armor is a lot worse. At least outside dungeons. The helmet is better, yeah, but... Oh, they're using habanero. You have to check that guy again. I really hope the habanero tactics was just on his helmet, because... If there was, I mean, if it was on the rest of his armor, that would explain how he's dealing basically the same damage as me. But... Please tell me if you didn't put habanero tactics on your Necron armor. But... Necron is only useful in dungeons. You want Crimson armor outside of dungeons because it gets better than Necron by just, like, top tier. Well, it becomes consistently better at burning tier. Yeah, okay, they have Legion, that makes sense. And habanero tactics on the helmet. Do they have Crimson armor? It feels really weird that they put habanero tactics before even getting Crimson armor. Yeah, they have Crimson! Why are they doing... What's this guy's use? Wait, actually, this guy is stacked. Holy. This guy is stacked. What pet are they using? Golden. Oh my god, this guy is stacked. Triple. Oh, it's probably because his Necron has Legion, which is increased damage, which increases magic bind. That's probably why. Yeah, now that I realize that they're dealing enough damage for that. Ah, okay. They think this in their Bonzo mask. Hold on. I gotta switch to my joke armor set. This. Wait. Okay, this. And then take off the Ender helmet. And switch over to my... There we go. I am dealing half damage, but it is worth it for the funny. If I get one shot by the boss though, I'm gonna get mildly upset. This guy's using his dungeon gear. Master Grade, my current armor set. See what he thinks. Alright, let's see if I die instantly or not. I am not dying instantly. That kind of worries me, that I'm not dying a horrible death instantly. Okay, I'm taking damage now. I'm still... Yeah, there, it jumps back. Why do you jump back? So weird. I am able to... It does the job. Okay, this guy's dying horribly slowly, but I'm gonna switch back to my crimson. It's back in there. Okay. Yeah, see, it jumps back. I hate that. It's gonna jump back. Yep, there it is. Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're annoying. You're so annoying. Never do that. Never do that again. I'm killing you just for it. You better drop me a primordial eye just because of that. Oh, that was worth a shot. Really. How am I spawning a mini boss from a mini boss that spawns my boss? That what? Good spawn my boss, right? Is it there? It is there. Please die. Thank you. I saw red text for a split instant and I thought I dropped something good. This game is just debating me. It just likes to hate on me for no reason. It's specifically me, too. I don't see anyone else getting as unlucky as I do. I'm... Oh my god, because I hit this guy's stupid boss. Okay, well... As long as I loot her off of it, I'm happy. Do something good, please. This, I thought my boss spawned. I didn't even get to loot share anything off of it. This game hates me. I didn't even loot share the base drop off of it. That's sad. What? Oh, you... I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I'm so happy I'm streaming this, but I hate you. Wait, where is it? Not up there. Oh my... I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Where's my boss? Thank you for jumping back down. Get over here, you... This is why no one likes spiders. This is specifically why no one likes spiders. Why are you spawning... Why are you, like, jumping up to nowhere and then spawning your spider eggs in the back rooms? Stop spawning your spider eggs in the back room. I'm trying to kill you. And it drops nothing because it hates me. This game is just the ultimate rage bait. That's what this is. Mini boss. My boss. Oh, and it's not going to mini boss for no reason. Please. Please. Thank you. Okay, hello. Ah. Amazing. Okay. Okay, please. Thank you. I hear the sound. Oh, my Phoenix leveled up. I find it funny that there's a normal spider jockey enemy that's just a skeleton riding a spider, and then the mini boss for the tier 5 is a spider riding a skeleton on the path. Kind of really funny. Max helmet? Oh, I remember. That makes sense. Yeah. This is genuinely so tedious, though. I wish I'd at least get something out of it besides just Spider Slayer level 9. I got the rare drop from my energy meter, I guess, 3 times. This was my 3rd time getting it. So, yeah, I got some money out of it. I made like 56 mil, as it says on my top left, but... that's nothing! That is nothing! That is nowhere near enough to justify me spending like 300 mil on a setup to kill these guys. To be fair, I am gonna sell that setup immediately. But I wish I could like actually make money off of this. I wish I could just do this for money instead of not. Because yeah, I've been hating on this boss for a while, but it is actually somewhat fun. It is actually somewhat fun compared to, again, farming and mining. I hate this with a passion. I poured 2 billion coins down each of them, and I hate them so much that I'm never touching either again. But... You know what? This one is nowhere near as bad, and I would be content with doing this if it wasn't for the fact that it makes no money now. You see so many YouTube videos boasting that this makes money. It doesn't. Realistically, it doesn't. Unless you have like a hypermax setup, max magic find, and even then, if you have that gear, just go do Blaze. Even Blaze doesn't make that much money anymore. If you have the kind of money to get a full magic find, which there we work magic find anyway, so everything you pour your money into isn't gonna matter at all in like a month. But if you have that kind of money, just go spend it on like kuudra or something. And not only is it more fun, you're gonna be making bank compared to even this during its prime. So, is there a point? No, there really isn't. The only one I see there being a point for is Blooms, because if you do have a really good setup, you can do carries, and each carry is like 1.5 mil. So you're making at least like 40 mil. The thing is, if you're like the client that you're carrying orders like 200 bosses, like each, they'll say like bulk is 1.5 mil per boss, then that's really good profit by the end of the entire session, right? As long as you do the entire session. Let me calculate it. 100 times 1.5 mil. Yeah, that's just 150 mil. Which, yeah, again, is good profit. Is this that's a weird looking... okay, hold on. I need this. I need this in my life. It's only 57 mil. You know what? I'm getting this. This is probably the best item I have ever seen out of the Skyblock. Oh my god. Like, I like Rubik's Cubes. I used to do them competitively. That 200 mil? For a Rubik's Cube? Make your thing look like a Rubik's Cube? What? Huh? Okay. I mean, these ones are new, that's why they're worthless. This one actually looks complete dog shit. This one also looks complete dog shit. This one looks good. I don't know why it's not expensive. This one looks bad. I don't know why it is expensive. This one looks cooler than this one, at least. How is it less? How is it cheaper? How is it cheaper? This one looks so... Oh, okay. This one... people... Let me load that. People apparently love wasting their money. This is the only one. This is the only power of skin that I've seen that is worth it, in my opinion. Because, oh my god, that is, like... The ice cream cone has a dirt face on it. It's just, like... I'd be willing to spend my coins on something like that, okay? But first, I kind of need to get the power orb. Low-key, I really wish I did not put anything into farming. If I just kept that in my, like... If I just kept that 1 billion coins... And just put it towards... I mean, actually, no. I didn't have Hypixel back then. That was before I dropped the handle. So, I guess what I was thinking back then was I would just farm for money. Which, yeah, it seems good. I didn't realize that I would be making 0 coins. Because you actually need, like... You need a lot more than just an expensive setup for a lot of coins. And I had put in enough hours to get farming 40 for like Tarantula and stuff. I still didn't make good money, so I honestly just saw no point in doing that. That wasn't fun. excited when I see these kinds of things. I got to, oh my god. Oh my god, let me see how rare that was. Okay, so Tarantula Silk from these guys, I think is like, it's not that rare. I'm getting like what, every 5 bosses. They drop this. And it's, I'm not calculating that, I'm too tired. I feel like with all the shitty rare drops that I've dropped, I haven't just gotten nothing from there and get like a primordial eye right now. Is it called the primordial? It is called the primordial eye, right? I'm just gonna let that thing keep hitting me until I check. Yeah, primordial eye. Oh my god, it is dealing damage. Would you believe it? Standing still and letting a boss hit you actually deals damage to you. Crazy, right? But yeah, I'm getting nothing out of this. Like 55 mil isn't bad, but that's in so many sessions. That's in like 400. No, not 400. Actually, yeah. More. I've done probably 400 of these guys already. Or at least by the time I'm done with all of them, it will have been 400. And getting nothing out of it is not fun. I said before that it should always be faster to grind for an item than to get the coins for the item via another method. But honestly, that only applies in certain cases, right? Because an in-game player making 100 million coins an hour from like hyper max setup, doing infernal kuudra, extremely optimized. Yeah, that makes sense. Let them do get other things faster, because by that point, they already have multiple of all the rare drops they need. They probably have at least one Hyperion. I know they have 2 Terminators minimum. By that makes like, yeah, okay. For those guys, you know, that's different. That is one very far edge. Where at that point, yeah, it makes sense. They've sunk so much money into it that, to be fair, I think if they sunk that money into specifically grinding for 1 drop, they would probably be getting that 1 drop faster, or at least at a similar speed anyways. So that makes sense. But if someone with like spending 3 billion, 4 billion coins into just doing Enderman Slayer, taking longer to get a Judgment Core and craft the Terminator than someone who spent only like 1 billion coins into a farming or mining setup and just farming or mining. Farming and mining takes so much less effort. They're so much more boring, but they're mindless. They're boring because they're mindless. You're just sitting at your computer doing nothing. The whole thing with farming is literally you're just watching something on a second monitor. I mean, if you want to make good money with farming, you do have to kind of be active, because you're test farming. But that still does not take anywhere near as much brain power as doing void rooms or doing dungeons and hoping you get a Necron sandal, right? It makes no sense. I really don't like what this game has turned into. I remember playing this game when it came out, getting an aspect of the end. This thing that costs 400k. I can get 400k within my first 10 minutes of playing this game. In fact, it is harder to unlock the auction house. I think you start with it not unlocked, unless that's just the bazaar and I'm going insane. But yeah. But I remember grinding for each one of these to craft this myself. That took like a month, 3 months, honestly. to get 2 for me in my co-op. I did it on my Iron Man. It took me like a week, but to be able to get it within like your first 10 minutes of playtime compared to grinding for it doesn't feel right. I mean, the aspect of the end itself is an item that feels like it's meant for later game anyways. It should not be as early game as it is. The early game should be using something like the what's it called? The grappling hook. But even the grappling hook has a problem of requiring string 4 to craft, which on a new profile will actually take some time. So okay, fair enough. What I'm going to do anymore. I mean, okay, for those early game drops, you can also exclude that because that's on the other end of the spectrum. But when you have things that are absolutely necessary for mid-game, like Hyperion, Terminator, right? Stuff that used to be considered the best of the best. So that's why they were so rare, right? The Hyperion was so rare because back then it was the best weapon. It is still the best mage weapon because it's so good that literally nothing else can replace it in terms of mage damage. If they were to make something that deals more mage damage, that would quite literally be unfair for every other class in the game. Just there would be no point to not play mage. So that's why the Hyperion is so rare. And it made sense back then. But as they made more content that forces you to have a Hyperion because they were like, everybody's gonna have a Hyperion, right? Or I guess because maybe they couldn't make content that you could do without the Hyperion, but the Hyperion wouldn't absolutely dominate, right? Like tier 4 of all Slayer, tier 5s, like this guy and the tier 5 Revenant, they don't take magic damage. You wanna know why they don't take magic damage? Because for the tier 4 of this Slayer, you spawn it, you right-click once with the Hyperion, you shoot the eggs, you right-click once again, you shoot the eggs, you right-click a third time, and it's dead. Whereas with melee, you actually have to hit the damn thing more than 3 times. And to be fair, tier 4s are so easy that yeah, that kind of makes sense. So I get why they block it on the tier 5. But they either need to rebalance the Hyperion to make it weaker and make other weapons more viable, or they need to bridge the gap between the Hyperion and between players with a Hyperion and without a Hyperion, which actually I saw them doing recently. Well, not recently, these updates came like a year or 2 ago. The stuff like the Bouquet of Lies, the Felthorn Reaper, and that stuff, it was really good, right? It made Berserk kind of viable, or at least it made melee weapons that weren't the giant sword viable, because the giant sword is expensive. Is it still that expensive? Okay, I was confused. Only 6 mil? That's Cleaver. 73 mil, yeah. Well, back when it was like 200 mil. Made sense. You get something that wasn't too expensive. There was the Shadow Fury, but the Shadow Fury sucks. It just sucks, right? Its only ability is completely useless for everyone. It has one niche use case, which is just clipping out of the map. That's it. That is it. That's all it's used for. As an actual weapon, it sucks. It's sad. Which is why I'm so happy that they added other things, like the Felthorn Reaver. It's kind of like a bad Hyperion, or melee Hyperion, because it deals in AoE like the Hyperion. But melee, not magic damage. At least I think so. Let me check. Right? Yeah, 135% melee damage. Deals melee damage. That was an amazing item. Although I think nobody uses it because the giant sword is cheap now. So I keep hitting it with my Wand of Atonement. That's not smart. Why am I trying to make my bosses take longer? What is this? Please! I shot you! Thank you. I'm actually gonna run the numbers really quickly. And by run the numbers, I mean stare at the numbers. Let's see. Frag, Felthorn, Reaper, Reaver. Oh! Oh! Wait, what? So you can either use the Bigfoot's Bola to make it. Oh, this is the craft of Felthorn Reaper. Okay, okay, I was confused. Yeah, okay. This makes sense. Okay, and then these guys, the Kragit, 285. It's 285 damage, 10 strength, 125 crit damage, plus 1.5 swing range. Shadow Fury. 310, 166. Yeah, okay, so the Shadow Fury is still better. Is it cheaper than it? It is cheaper than it. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, I guess the Shadow Fury is worth it now if it's only 24 mil. Spend the same thing on a bouquet of lies, which, yeah, it deals like, oh my god, it is 300 strength. I forgot about that. That might actually deal similar damage. That might actually deal more damage. Holy crap. I'm not sure, but at least, right, this is good. It's good because of the ability. It lets you clear a lot of mobs. But, I don't know. Shadow Fury is useless. The Giant Sword, I guess, is a bit cheaper now, but why is it that these kinds of things shouldn't be rated by their money? They need to be kind of classified by how hard they are to actually get. Shadow Fury is the rare drop from floor 5 by itself. Pretty hard to get. For what it is worth it as a drop. The Giant Sword, however, is not. Right? It does not deal enough damage to, like, it deals enough damage for you to spend, like, 73 mil on a clean one. Now, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. But if you're on Iron Man or grinding for it, it makes no sense. You should just go for, like, a Shadow Fury or something. And then, if you're doing anything out of dungeons, which is, like, the only use case for a Giant Sword, because in dungeons, it's just irrelevant compared to, like, a Juju. Then at that point, for out of dungeons, the only things that you're gonna be doing out of dungeons, right, is just, Slayers and Kuudra, I guess. Everything else, you really, actually, it was designed with a hype in mind, so you need a Hyperion for everything else. Or at least to do it cleanly and easily. But for Slayers, the Slayer-specific swords are better anyways, and honestly, in some cases, except for this guy sucks, I hate it with every piece of my being. You don't need this. You need this, though, and this is easy to get. You can get that as Iron Man. You can get stuff like the Item Split Katana as an Iron Man. You can do that, but... oh, I killed that guy with the wrong sword. Now it's gonna take longer to spawn. Where is my... There it is. Progression just doesn't make sense. This has been an issue for years, so I'm glad that they at least spent a little bit of time fixing it. But it's still an issue. Because I heard Dorelius say this in a different video, that they're focusing too much on making content to satiate players in terms of Skyblock XP, rather than as actual playable content for their game. Which it really does feel like that in a lot of... oh, I killed that guy, Spider. I am so sorry. It really does feel like that sometimes. The foraging update was amazing. I'm not gonna plan on that. And the way they handled attributes, how they work now, is amazing. Just having them as a global effect, I think that's really good. I think that's also what they're trying to do for Magic Find as well, which is amazing. They should have done that from the start. But the bridge between the late game and the mid game is still so big. And the issue isn't that the bridge is big, right? The issue is not that there's just like a lot of things for mid-game players to do before they get to late game. The problem is how hard it is to get the bare minimum you need to start transitioning from mid to end game, right? You need a Hyperion, you need a Terminator, you need multiple billions of coins and armor. The coins aren't even the problem. The problem is the billions of coins you need on the island. The problem is that everything needs billions and billions of coins. And where grinding for items yourself is actually, it feels like it's just frowned upon. Why would I ever grind for a mosquito bow for myself when I can just buy the materials or buy the bow myself? Why would I grind for a Hyperion myself when I can just get the materials for it or buy it myself? And when I dropped my handle, I actually crafted it myself because at that point, you know, I had the handle, I had the money to craft it. But realistically, you could just sell your handle, sell the next one you get, and then just buy a Hyperion. That doesn't make sense. It's so much harder to grind for the Necron's handle, and then grind for a Wither Skull, or all three Wither Skulls that you need for your Hyperion to even be a weapon worth considering. That it just doesn't make sense. Well, like, would you rather do 20 to 30 hours of farming and mining, or 300 to 400 hours of dungeons? Personally, 300 to 400 hours of dungeons is so much more fun, but the reward you get, the in-game reward you get for sinking in those hours, being so disproportionate, makes no sense. Get on with this. It makes no sense. And yeah, again, that is the challenge of Iron Man. But even for normal players, I feel like they incentivize coin collecting so much that everyone, from mid-game to late game, or even in early game, especially in early game, the 90% of YouTube and Google searches regarding this game is Hypixel Skyblock money-making method. How to make money with X. Should I do Y for money? This game has just become money, money, money. This game has become Mr. Krabs, essentially. All I'm doing this grinding for is just because I have the gear. I bought this gear because I thought the Slayer would make money. It does not. At this point, I'm just keeping the gear because I'm close to Slayer level 9 anyway, so that I can at least get this done and never touch it again. But you shouldn't just be doing this for money. This Slayer, I just realized that Spider Slayer provides you with absolutely nothing for, like, absolutely no gear or anything whatsoever that is useful outside of Spider Slayer, except for this. Except for this. And the only thing this is good for is for other Slayers. This Slayer gives you nothing. This Slayer gives you absolutely nothing for outside of, like, this Slayer content. Yeah, the Primordial helps you kill other Slayers faster, but if you take a look at stuff like the Void Blooms, it gives you the Juju Shortbow, the best weapon for early mid-game players, that lets them access dungeons, that I have used for basically the entire duration of this profile. I have got my Juju to deal the amount of DPS as someone with a Terminator would by putting Duplex 3 and maxing it out and wearing Terror and stuff, but like, and then it gives you the Terminator if you do even more. Whenever it doesn't matter. Right? The Terminator, which is basically needed for endgame. I mean, yeah, the other drops are completely useless, like the Sin Seeker Scythe. We don't even... Have you ever heard anyone talk about the Sin Seeker Scythe since it came out? Probably not. I remember at one point there was a little glitch that happened with the Sin Seeker Scythe. I think it had to do with kuudra, maybe? I'm not too sure, though. So I have a kuudra Slayers, maybe dungeons? I don't know, but if that's like all of the reputation that a single weapon is getting, it is worthless. But again, it gives you such good stuff. You have Zombie Slayer, which, yeah, does seem kind of useless at first. I mean, Yeah, you're not getting anything worth it here except for like the Wand of Atonement, which is amazing, by the way. The Reaper Scythe is really useful for other Slayers, so it is kind of a Spider Slayer issue. But hey, at least the Scythe Blade isn't... At least I don't think it is. From the tier 5. Yeah, it's a 0.1% drop chance. That makes sense. What doesn't make sense is this guy being a 0.014% drop chance for something that doesn't even help you outside of Slayers. The Reaper Armor has some use in Kuudra, but nowhere else. That's why it's so cheap. The Warden Helmet is amazing. That's being replaced, though, by some other stuff, like the Crown of Avarice, for example. So, yeah, but... And this is like the prime drop that you want, right? So, of course, the prime drop from this layer, kind of like how the Judgment Cord, which being the prime drop from Void Glooms, helped so much outside of dungeons. I mean, outside of Slayers, but it being so rare, yeah... But it is actually worth it to grind, unlike the Primordial. Which just is not worth it to grind for at all, in my opinion. The Halberd of the Shredded is useful in Floor 7 and Master Mode Floor 7 as for like tanks and such, but I don't really understand why you would use an Halberd of the Shredded over just a Soul Whip. They do the exact same thing. In fact, the Soul Whip, in my opinion, might be better because it doesn't cost mana or anything to use. Does because I know they use it to apply lethality, does it? No, it just reduces the target's defense as many times as you hit it. I don't know why you would use Halberd of the Shredded. I keep pausing before saying Halberd of the Shredded because my mouth is trying to say Aspect of the Shredded. Because I keep forgetting that they renamed it. I don't know why. Wait. Yeah, why is it a sword now? Is this because of the forging update? Did they make it a sword now because of the forging update? So that people don't get confused and try to use it as an axe? Or was there maybe like a bug that let axe weapons mine trees? Because I know they did the same thing with the Daedalus axe. It's a sword now. I don't know how to feel about that. I like having the variety in... I shot you 4 times. I like having the variety in weapons. I feel like maybe axe weapons could have had like a slightly different way of attacking. I don't know. It was a good thing there. Why did they do that though? Okay, 35 more bosses. Oh yeah, that guy's... I should not be messing with that guy. Armor? Yeah, he is. I'm gonna let him do that. If he wasn't Iron Man, I'd be like, just buy those shards off the auction house. I mean, off the Bazaar. But they're Iron Man, they gotta grind it for themselves. So I'll just let them be. Yes, I'm lagging. It's amazing. Yeah, no, I feel like with the amount of time they take for updates like the forging update and stuff, that they would put in maybe the same amount of time into trying to balance their game. I feel like what they really need to do, besides just listening to the community, is to talk to specific trusted people that are at each stage of the game, and maybe also understand the players that can't sink 12 hours a day into this game. Because I seriously don't think that using coins for everything in this game using coins to buy every item in your way to progress makes sense from a game developing standpoint. That is a big issue from the game's part. And we have. I'll just kill Arachne because I'm bored. When Arachne decides to spawn, I guess. What? What? Ah, okay, there it is. That's spawn my boss. That's fine. Just spawn this guys. Oh, yeah, there's one that goes too. Oh my! Oops. I died. Seem to have perished. Sell this stuff. Okay, this is event stuff. Event stuff, event stuff, event stuff. Is that an event thing? Nope. Okay. Oh, let me go put that helmet back on my joke set. Nope, that is the wrong one. Spawn up there. Oh, whoa, whoa. What the hell? That was funny. You see, it sounded like it was doing the jumping animation 500 times. I was stuck in that block. 32 more bosses. Until I get to never touch spiders again. Just 1 second. Whoa, whoa. That's this thing. Yeah, when I actually focus on just spawning and killing these guys, go by a lot faster than it has been. I like talking and discussing stuff about this game. That's kind of why I started streaming in the first place. So it's like discuss things. Oh my god, I love that Cosmoflux skin. I love it. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. No. I ate it. I ate the Plasmaflux. Can I aim? Can I aim, please? Yeah. I love that. Now just killing one of those guys instantly spawns the boss. It's so nice. I think I said it before. All the combat wisdom that this sword gives and this event gives. It's nice. Doing it. So yeah, see, this guy's doing a tier 5 with a Shadow Fury. Again, the ability is entirely useless, but they're doing it with a Shadow Fury. How much damage are they doing? Wait, are they really? Wait, no, that's an atom split. Oh, no, they're dealing 800. Okay, 300k. I was gonna say, if they're dealing 800k damage with a Shadow Fury, I'm gonna be like shocked. I had not realized they were dealing 300k. I thought it said 800k. Like Shadow Fury? Is that a Terminator? Are they using a Terminator? Are they using I'll check. Yeah, that is a Terminator. Hmm. 27 more bosses. 3 times don't know why my brain went to 3 times the time. I shot you. Buddy, I shot you. Why did I... Okay. The first rare drop sound was probably from this. The second one was from getting this guy from a random spider. And the third one was me killing the boss and dropping that. I was not expecting to hear the rare drop sound 3 times in a row. That tripped me up. Oh, wait. That means that a raffle just drew, right? 33 seconds, man. Please, give me something that's not a consolation prize. God damn it. Getting anything in this event is... This event is a scam. It makes you think that you will end up getting something. Just to say no. Frick you. Hello? No, please. Damn. Yeah, this thing really does not have that much health. I hit it once and it went into the first leg space. Yeah, it only has 10 little health and then it turns into this thing, but this thing only does passive damage. It does double damage, but But passive damage is basically nothing to begin with, so nothing times 2 is still kind of nothing. Did I collect that? I don't have soul flow. Huh? Where's my soul flow battery? Where is it? I have 0 soul flow. Huh. It's not expecting to run out today. I'll just buy 1,000 of that. Only 60,000 should last me a while. Actually, you know what, to be fair, last time I bought soul flow was like 3 months ago. So yeah, that's fair. Damn it, I'm stuck now. Now watch me as I open the bazaar and I get either 2 items or nothing. Nothing it is. Okay. How much would this be? 25 million if I buy them instantly. And my order is outdated anyway, so okay. I think I'll buy a stack just to last me right now, and 1,000 for later. Okay. Someone just matched my buy order. God damn it. You know, I'm not gonna need silver for like 2 more days, so I should probably a lot more than 2 more days. Stack is a good amount. But it is still incredibly out, and now it's outdated. Now 2 people have made orders past me. Why is everybody running out of? Why has everybody decided to run out of soul flow the moment I run out of soul flow? Am I supposed to? Oh, then there. Okay, it's back. Am I supposed to be able to like do something? I don't know. Sometimes right before the X one, I can still deal damage to while it's in the depths. Is that normal? It's supposed to do that? I feel like it isn't. So, damage is damage. $20 more bosses after this. Please give me something. Actually, wait. How far am I? Oh, okay, you know what? If I don't drop this within 20 bosses, I'm gonna keep going until I do drop it. So I have enough meter for it to be, like, I guess, worth grinding for. Oh. Really? 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 Okay. Alright, thank you, games. Thank you so much. Now I have to find out where the hell that is. See, the one use case of the Shadow Fury, being able to go through walls, teleports you behind the... I'm not even worried, but I'm just gonna spawn my boss here. I'm not looking for it. There it is. Oh, amazing. It went over here. I think it is worth it if I could listen to attack speed. There you go. A little bit more attack speed. Yeah, I think I only sacrificed like 50,000 damage instead of 200,000 like last time, so I should still be dealing good damage and higher DPS. And yeah, the eggs are going really fast too, so that's nice. 76 attack speed, like that. Yeah, that's faster. Giant wall of web. Getting away from me. I'm scared. Ideally, I drop the shriveled wasp. Is that what it's called? I think it's called shriveled wasp, but yeah. Ideally, I drop a shriveled wasp before I get these 16 bosses done. Drowned in the web. Drown? How do you drown in a spider web? I guess they just mean like covered in web. And eaten. That makes more sense. Alright. Okay. Oh my god, I almost died. Stop doing that. Who did that? Arachne's Keeper. It was a stupid small blue spider that nearly got me to die, and not even the boss. I don't even know why these are considered rare drops. 0.02% chance? I have double chest of those! Why can't I get a 0.02% chance drop from this boss? Why am I only getting the stupid stuff that's worth nothing? Okay, at least didn't spawn them in the back rooms this time. Yeah, I'm 77% of the way to combat's 51. That's actually insane. There's a lot of combat XP. Does not mean I'm grinding these guys for combat, by the way. Ah, yes, I get the other extremely rare drop. Amazing. What's the drop chance of this? I've checked it like 5 times. It's... Why can't I just get the one that gives me money? Please. I want to just get this over with and move on to Kuudra. Alright. 12 more Australians left to kill. At least I'm not killing the Australians, I'm killing the things that are killed. 12 more Australian plays left to kill. There we go. Oh my god, that was a lot of ferocity. Love that sound. Stop going there. Oh my god, that was so much ferocity. I switched to Hypixel just to hear the ferocity sound because it has 50 plus 33 ferocity. I wasn't expecting to hear it do that, okay? I was not expecting that. I don't know if my mic is catching. I'm trilling my tongue. I'm rolling an R. Yeah. Was not expecting that at all. Oh yeah, it's an amazing place to spawn a boss. Truly. It's a wide and open space for me to fight this in. With 0 obstacles to get on with. And 0 overhangs to jump and do weird things with. Do I have this? Please tell me I do. Okay, I do. Another one. I have 2 actually. I have 2 more. Amazing. You can get even more extremely rare drops that are entirely worthless. And now it's over there. Oh, go. And I'm hitting it with my favorite one. Awesome. Okay. Back. Thank you. Alright, 6 bosses. Five more. At least if I do end up grabbing the shield wasp, because if I don't, I said the phone work on that. by like 1 millisecond, but yeah. Oh, that's supposed to be an egg. I see. Okay. I'll have to go just okay. Three more. Right, one more. Yeah, back in. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I did it. I did it. I get, for all of this trouble. Let's see, because I feel like that's being a bit weird about it. I get +3 crit damage, 1.5 Skyblock levels, a Tarantula Medium 12 upgrade stun that I'm never going to use, and the Bartender's Abathon contact, which I'm also never going to use, but I guess that's free Skyblock XP, you know? And I guess to, show it off in chat. I don't know. Okay, how many more spiders will I realistically have to do about this? About 10? 10-ish? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Game, I picked it too. It's guaranteed profit, right? Getting that 20 mil at the end of all this. I'm happy. Why does it still think I haven't leveled up on the left? That's funny. Okay, now it realized. Just jumps forward and jumps back. Game, thank you. Oh my god, I am dying a horrible death. I am dying a horrible death. Jesus Christ. I killed it! I killed it! God damn it. Alright. That's sad. That is sad. One bastard's closing me. Where are you doing? I just realized it's gonna be a lot more than 10 bosses and it's gonna be like 30. Please drop it. Please drop it. Aww. Right. Let me see. I have 307 XP. Need 351. Okay, let me just calculate this video. Oh, that's wrong goal. This guy 2813, so 2813. Next. I have 307604. Can I click? Thank you. I need 351.3, so 351.3k minus 307604. 43666 43696 divided by this number. Oh, okay, only 15 bosses. Alright. I can do 15 bosses. For 20 mil. I was looking at the profit calculator right taking my hype around, and each spider I killed, I guess, was technically like a couple hundred coins of profit. It was really funny that I was making profit with each and every single right click my hype around to me. Yeah, it's just the unexpectedness of it is funny. It'd be really nice to drop everything over your eye. Pretty simple to do that. And I am saying this with the full hopes that I heard the answer. Please, Simon Hypixel. Please. Creator of Hypixel lag block. I'm begging you. Being a primordial eye on this boss. God damn it. I didn't even get anything. I just got the base drop. That's sad. See, this is what I mean by the game hates me. The game hates me, the devs hate me. It's me specifically, too. Like, I've had that guy Lucier that I guess did mosquito off of me. I've had the guy who I helped us kill his boss drop a primordial eye. It's sad. Oh my god, I am getting murdered. I am getting murdered. Oh my god. You died. Maybe you learned to play the game before fighting this. I've been playing the game. How could you? How could you, game? I forgot you could hold the Hyperion down. Alright, moral of the story, don't run out of mana like an idiot. Okay. With these? Okay. these on Insta, so ignore. I'm gonna leave that as ignored. I need those for kuudra. And if I insta-sell my stacks and accidentally sell those, that's not gonna be fun. Actually, you know what? I'm not even doing kuudra. That's 4.9 mil. How much is intoxic? How much did I have intoxicate? Let's see. Yeah, I kind of need that profit right now. It's not like I can do kuudra. Actually, even if I could do kuudra, I play stunner. My DPS isn't gonna do anything. I mean, it's not like I'm doing Inferno here. I'm so lost as to money though. For a full year now, I have not. Actually, no. For multiple years, I have not known what to do for money. I tried mining, that went horribly, and I wasted 2 billion coins. And my dumbass decided to soulbind everything, so that went fun. Then after that, I quit the game, came back, did farming, and quit that too after pouring a bill into it. Now, this time I didn't soulbind stuff, but prices of everything went down, so I lost 600 million coins. So that's fun. Right, and then I poured 400 mil into this, hoping this makes money. This does not make money, actually. The good news is at least oh, nope, the prices of Sting have gone down. There's probably a clean. Actually, no, they went up from 175 mil. Now they're back down again. I wonder why, actually. To be fair, though, I think that was because the cheapest Sting on the auction house had a chance. Another rare drop that I don't need. Frick you for debating me. Combat 50. I get combat 49, 50, and 51 before this. That's amazing. Let me answer. No, that's a good. Oh yes! Oh, I got something! I got something! I loot shared a digested mosquito like that one other dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta... Yeah, that makes me feel better. But the thing is, loot sharing the digested Oh, thank god it's in there. Okay. I don't have to worry then. Yeah, not only is that, I think, oh, I'll check in a bit of response. I am personally curious as to what the drop chance of that is. Okay, so from a tier 4, the drop chance is 0.058. That's basically getting... Oh my god. Okay, 0.058 from a tier 4, and I loot shared it, which means it's rarer than having dropped it from where you are. I would much rather have had the primordial eye, but hey, you know what? We take those. We take the... I shot you! So it says shoot me. It's taunting me. It knows I shot it, but the lag, the servers, they just hate me. It just says nuh-uh, frick you, and keeps the text there like a little bitch, just taunt me. Give me it. Oh. Okay. At least I'm almost done with this. I'm getting my RNG drop in for the more bosses. Please, oh my god, thank you. $20k more XP. That's what, like 10 bosses? No, it has to be less than 10 bosses. Actually, no, that's about 10 bosses, yeah. It's about 10, so probably 8. Oh my god, stop going there! Annoying bastard. This right here is the sole reason why nobody likes spiders. Even those who have never played Hypixel Skyblock can feel the pain of everyone who has had to endure this. Which they get. You know, I'm just gonna sell these. I'm not gonna waste my time with salvaging those. Oh my god, I went here again, didn't I? Yep. And I'm stuck in its good. We got another travel scroll. I have 9 again. Besides, like the... Okay, I said I had a double chest full, but that was an exaggeration. I have a couple stacks of these. I think it's that they're worthless, too. Like, 2k? Amazing. For something that is a, 0.02% drop chance. Off all of those guys, yeah. There. Another one? Oh my god. I've made 1 million coins off of the most useless rare drop in the game. Well, that has more use than what do you mean is the most useless rare drop in the game? I wonder. Gee, I wonder how much I made off of shards as well. Some like regular enemies and stuff. There we go. Alright, how much XP did... Yeah, okay. So that's about there. I am never touching the Slayer again. The Slayer deserves none of my attention. I'm done. I am done. I am finally done. Oh my god. You see a milestone that pick up my digested mosquito from the stash. Do I have any of my Slayer drops stored here? I have this, that. Take these and that. I guess that. Maybe. Just please. Expire egg. That's an event item. Yeah. Just grab these runes as well, and then I'll sell that immediately. Okay. What are digestive mosquito prices looking at? 25 mil. Right, and then this can be 20 mil. Sold a while ago, so I'm assuming prices will rise back up to that. This is put up for 80k. It's barely anything. Darkness within runes are 140k each. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, and this. And all these fun little runes that totally have monetary worth, and all these, yeah, they're going straight in. I can't even sell these. Okay, first I'm gonna grab this guy. Okay. Are you not gonna... Alright, well, looks like they made things not be able to burn fire. I'm sending it to the other kind of hell, then. Be gone. I don't want to see those ever again. Alright, well, that's that, guys. I will see you again whenever else I feel like posting a video. Goodbye.